I'm real discreet. The thief in the night, yeah. If I call you, I know it's good. I know it's true. I know it's fine. Tell you twice. I'm real discreet. The thief in the night. Thief in the night. If I call you, I know it's good. I know it's true. I know it's fine. Tell you twice. I'm real discreet. The thief in the night.
All these people always lying about something. I'm sorry, I'm so fly, so what? All these people always lying about something. So I say that. Yeah. So the fame ain't strange shit, but who mine?
All right, YouTube. What's the big old deal, man? It's y'all favorite hood partner, Big Nina Boy. We back at it with another one. Hey, so look, man. So it looks like, we expected Wack 100 to, draw back on what Bricc Baby said about Wack, right? But let's get to the meat and potatoes of what's going on, right? Bricc Baby has pled guilty, right? His sentencing is on December 19th, right? Now, as y'all know, they have dropped multiple charges in regards to this case. Now, dealing with the federal sentencing and the points and all the scales that they use to give you your time, right? Bricc Baby is not finna do 15 years. Now, this is the cold part about what Bricc Baby did, which I don't understand. He took a lighter sentence, right? Had charges dropped, right? But just because he got his sentence don't mean that they can't call him back up to testify against Big U. Now, because he have took the I think it's 50 months, right? Or some of that nature, right? Bricc Baby is finna be looking at, think about it. Bricc Baby is not finna call everybody to the court building so they could come see him take his time like a man if he getting 15 years. 15 years, you scared. You worried. You know you ain't coming home until you 50 if you wouldn't got 15 years. So we know that. We can identify that. But by him taking his plea agreement, with the charges that they got on them, they got what? The gun charge, ammunition, and that FEMA charge that they tried to give him, homie. But this is the cold part about it. So you got the 5 years, right? You've waived all your rights to utilize any of your constitutional rights, like plead the fifth or deny anything, right? So when he goes to court and he goes to jail, he's looking at his 5 years. When Big U time start, they can always call him up to ask him questions in regards to the case. Like, did you have any relationship with Big U? Have you ever been on a phone call with Big U? He can't plead the fifth. Once you go ahead and take that, that's why I get what Eddie Boy was saying. Eddie Boy is saying by him copping out, taking his plea agreement so fast, so early, it could potentially jeopardize him from getting himself caught up. Now, y'all got to understand something. If Bricc Baby do not cooperate, if they call him back up, right, he can go ahead and face more time. You see what I'm saying? They set him up. And I don't know if he got a paid lawyer or not. Yeah, he like, yeah, nigga. You cop to this right here. We'll give you 5 years. You know what I'm saying? You ain't walking away with, and he already looking at his shit like he only go do probably like 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? He probably get out 3 and a half. You see what I'm saying? He know he's not finna do the whole 5 years. But y'all gotta understand something. All that shit that he done been through within the last 15 years, some of that stuff they can't use against him. You know what I mean? It's been already over 10 years. I think certain cutoffs is 7, right? So Bricc Baby is inviting everybody to come down to the court building December 19th. I don't know about y'all that's really interested in his little 5-year bid, but I'm telling y'all, man, he's facing 5 years in prison. He's not finna do no 15. So I know we all been putting 15 years. That's the max they can give him. Everybody's going off the max, right? So what's going to happen is he's going to take that. But his lawyer is not even advising him that, hey, listen, yeah, you got this 5 years. You know what I'm saying? It's 50 months or whatever that is, right? But when Big U trial starts, your name is going to be in the paperwork because you're on the wiretap, right? That's how they playing them games. They got him thinking, oh yeah, we ain't tripping off you. We ain't worried about you. We work. You know what? Don't even worry about it. You ain't even on the Rico. You good. But by him taking the 5 years, he's opting out all his rights. Once he take that time, I guarantee y'all that he's going to be called in on the Big U case. And by him getting and see, he needs something that Eddie Boy was saying by him taking that, right? Because I was like, why Eddie Boy saying, you know, this ain't a good deal? Because shit, anytime you see a nigga catching time, out of all that shit, you looking at 5 years. Now we gonna get to some of Wack 100 content, right? But Wack 100 is going to go through all the paperwork and create a synopsis, a scenario that points out, oh, he's working with them people. At this point, it has no indication that he's working with them people. Even I thought he might have been working with them because, you know, who gets off of, you know, out of criminal activity like that all the time? You know what I'm saying? He always got away with a lot of shit. Maybe this nigga a hella lucky, or he know how to play it to the point where the shit that he's involved in, the little shit that he got caught up in, they ain't tripping off that. But y'all got to understand something. Wack 100 would not invest in his time if he wasn't one of those people. Now, we realize that he's been utilizing Reggie White Jr., the same person who all these gangsters calling to get information on niggas. I don't care who you is, man. You can't, nigga, if you calling an ex-police officer to use his buddies to pull up paperwork and shit, nigga, you in some type of association with them niggas. Hey, you know the motto. If you fuck with them, duck with them, because you still part of that. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if you calling somebody in law enforcement, nigga. If you utilizing that type of activity, nigga, you working with them people too. So with that being said, man, let's play some of this Wack 100 content, and we gonna see how he try to slander Bricc, baby. Let's go.
Assault rifle on June 23rd, 2023. All you guys heard Bricc Baby deny it, even to a point where I had him crying on No Jumper. Remember, he was sitting on the couch, sniveling and crying, talking about he gonna put Kill Squad in the streets and all this old crazy stuff. And I don't know how Wack, the thing was, he didn't know how Wack knew. He didn't know because by the time he got to the substation and called, people telling him Wack is on Clubhouse saying you got caught with a K. That's what he's saying. So in his head, he like, how Wack know about what just happened? I used to always tell him, yo, Bricc, you grow like a lot of Paru up in her. She know. She like that rolling neighborhood 20s up in her too. She know. She know. But nevertheless.
All right, so when we got Wack talking about what that man girlfriend like up in her, you got to understand something. When you playing with another man's girl like that, do not get surprised when people start utilizing that, you know, your famous R&B might like some up inside her. Yeah, nigga over here knocking her little poom poom to the wall though. You won't want nobody. That's why I say the internet is dirty. The internet is dirty. I have definitely experienced a lot of people playing dirty, man. One time a nigga put lipstick on my lips and all of this crazy shit. And that's when I realized, shit, these niggas ain't fair on this internet, man. But Wack is going out of his way. And we got more content coming on Wack, right? Because Wack obviously is working with them people, guy. Let's go.
And then you try to tie yourself into them like you was there the whole time. No, I've never heard of a Bricc Baby. The only the other name we heard is the boy that unalived Nipsey Hussle. We knew who he was. We seen him around. We knew who he was. But we never heard of you. Why? Even Lush, when I got at Lush, I said, Lush, you don't know Bricc Baby from the LA streets. You know Bricc Baby from Atlanta. From Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's a few documents that I got that I may not want to show on this go-round. Because it's about your family. Yeah, Bricc, your family's in heavy law enforcement. You got a stepdaddy or granddaddy or something that's high ranking. to LAPD, sheriffs and all that. So, it's a lot of things we're going to cover. You lied to Adam. You told Adam you needed bail. The federal documents say you didn't have a bail. They let you out. They let you go. See, Bricc, today we're going to go over the little content you ran on. And then I'm going to dissect everything. See, everything you want to accuse me of verbally, I'm going to show the actual paperwork on you physically. We're going to touch on a few things. You mentioned Stutterbox. You mentioned Stutterbox's car being shot up, one of his phantoms. You mentioned that I had a conspiracy to commit murder charge for that, for his car being shot up. This was what you're saying. Bricc, you like 37. You was probably 17 years old when Stutterbox's car got shot up. That happened in 2005, Bricc. Now, I tell y'all, a lot of these people call themselves gang members was never around when the gang banging and when the real politics was going on in these LA streets on the build of what it is today. They wasn't around when we was creating the Nipsey Hussles. They wasn't around. You can't go back and hear their name on a rap song. You can't go back and see them in a video. You can't go back to no blog on YouTube and see anybody remotely talking about these dudes. Bricc Baby, for one, when we do the research on you, Bricc Baby, you was claiming another hood, Harlem 30 Crib. That's not an NAC neighborhood. They ain't fall up under the the neighborhood thing. They tell you they're the original Crips. And then I guess you start hanging around the 6-0s. You end up getting shot because you walking down the street not knowing what's going on, lame to the game, and then you run to Atlanta. You don't do what a loca do. Stay here and handle your wax. This is why it ain't never been a retaliation for you getting bust on why you wasn't nobody over there. 2, you ran to Atlanta. Everybody. I said, Lush, stop fronting like you heard of Bricc in these LA streets. Nah. He said, nah, Wack, you right. I heard of Bricc in Atlanta. Lil Woody said, yeah, Bricc lived across the street from my grandmama or my auntie. Bricc, let's knock it off, bro. You ain't that. You ain't all this squabbling up. We don't know nothing about that. All the homies tell me about you in the bounty was he knew how to keep his mouth shut. You told on yourself when you so-called exposing Crip Mac, talking about, nigga, you got ran when we was in the county together. How another neighborhood getting ran when another neighborhood is there? That means you being a good boy, bowing it down over there, sitting on the bunk. Can't no Paru get ran in front of me. You got to run us both. This is just, see, if y'all listen to him, he'll tell on himself. I'm going to let y'all listen to him, and then I'm going to read his documents. See, one thing about it, they say a lot about Wack, but they can't produce nothing on me. I'm probably the most loudest, credible, most successful dude in this blogging podcast world that come from where I come from. Nobody. Not Adam, not academics, Joe Buttons maybe, Noriega, Gilly. They're probably the only ones who has the lifespan that I have in this game, knowing what I know about this industry and these streets. You get what I'm saying? But the rest of these dudes, like Bricc Baby and the rest of these dudes, These dudes is new dudes to the scene. You know, I got to give it to 3 over there from Insane, because he was a youngster, but yet he was accessible to us. He was around us. Shout out to Blue. DW, I think, might have been doing time in prison at the time. But Nephew was around. And he'll tell you, we ain't hear nothing about none of these dudes' names. We ain't hear nothing about none of y'all. So Brick's accusations, we're going to go ahead on and we're going to get to the business about what his accusations are on Wack 100. Okay.
Hey, what's the big old deal? What's the big old deal? Don't see late, man. It's the Bricc. I know y'all ain't heard from me in a minute. I'm just sitting back, kicking it, man. But you know, Mr. Hangs down, ass up, and mentioning my name so much that I gotta. I don't even have to defend myself, so I'm not even gonna get on here.
Oh, you gotta defend yourself. You are a rat. We're gonna keep it moving.
Acting like I'm gonna defend myself. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You get no points for not telling. That's what a real nigga's supposed to do. So I'm not gonna shower myself with flowers, none. You know what I mean? You people that feel like you need to be showered with flowers because you didn't tell that man that it was a thought in the back of your head that you could get off on somebody. So this is all I want to know. Mr. Cash Jones, Wack 100, right? Whatever happened to the case that was filed on you for conspiracy to commit murder? That's all I want to know. You know what I mean? We just want you to go get the paperwork to all the cases that you've had filed against you. We don't.
Okay. He said, what happened to the case filed on me for conspiracy to commit murder? Let's cover that. See, first and foremost, I want y'all to see what this is. You see that? See, this is what you call paperwork. See that? We call this paperwork. See, let me show you. This is what you call paperwork. See, there you go. Y'all can go to Pace and pull this up yourself. Now, when we say somebody got a case, that means it's a filing on that individual. Right? Right. So let's go to the case. He said it's a case on Wack to conspiracy to commit murder. I challenge you, Bricc Baby, or anybody in the world to ever find any document where a charge for conspiracy to commit murder was ever pinned on my name. This dude was a bozo. But what I'm going to show you is, I'm going to show you his case for conspiracy to commit murder. That's on the case he has now. This is what we're going to do. Let's scroll down here. Okay, introduction. Check this out. I'm just gonna read this to y'all. Defendant Zaire Mitchell asked his court to be released pending trial, arguing that a secure property bond is sufficient to reasonably assure his appearance and the safety of any other persons or the community. To the contrary, defendant's criminal history shows a dedication to crime and recidivism, no matter what the consequence. Moreover, his conduct during the investigation in this case shows that the same dedication to a life of crime and inability to comply with the rule of the law. The indictment first alleges that defendant is shooting at individuals, possessed ammunition, expelled from a firearm on July 12, 2022. This is the feds talking. Then on June 21st, 2023, defendant was captured on an intercepted call. I want y'all to listen to me. See, one thing about Wack 100, the exposures, we ain't gonna talk about it. We're gonna read you this, right? Check this out. Then on June 21st, 2023, defendant was captured on an intercepted call arguing with his significant other, in which she repeatedly recounted that defendant had pointed a gun at her while she was holding his infant child. Watch this. Execution of a search warrant at defendant's home followed, and 3 firearms, including an AK-47 style gun and over 125 rounds of ammunition, were found. After law enforcement seized these weapons and arrested defendant, he continued to commit crimes. In March 2024, defendant erupted at his place of employment. No jumper, you know, when he go on the rants, the same place with 4 extras, and Spody Face came up there and marked him out and told Cuz, come outside, Cuz, neighborhood crip, when he let DW Flame diss him and call him that disrespectful word in his face, and the nigga didn't do nothing about it. So them real neighborhoods came up there and he would not come outside. Pay attention. In March 2024, defendant erupted at his place of employment, threatening individuals in the room and online with death, fighting security, and later admitting to possession of firearms during that incident. Throughout 2024, defendant made claim online of murdering people and threatening to do the same to others. Then on March 18, 2025, the day before his arrest in this case, defendant went on a live video podcast with someone who he had previously threatened to kill, loose cannon. During the podcast, sitting across from that person, defendant brandished a firearm in his waistband. When defendant was arrested the following day, an unsecured firearm with multiple magazines of live ammunition matching that seen in the defendant's waistband on the podcast were found where defendant was staying with his young child. All of the above conduct occurrence after years of violent crimes, firearm possession, evading charges, troubling conduct throughout the internet. Defendant lengthy periods of incarceration and supervision have not deterred him from continuing to commit dangerous crimes. There is no reason to believe this arrest will be any different. And the safety of the public demands the defendant remains detained. Now, I want you to pay attention to what's being said. What they're spelling out is he had a shooting case that they got the tape of in July of 2022. Pay attention. Then you got caught, you on the phone threatening to kill your baby mama. We're going to get to that. There's more details in that. You're threatening to unalive your baby mama. Because you was threatening to unalive your baby mama, Bricc baby, the feds hit your house and then found the K, June 2023. You understand what I'm telling you? But yet, you don't have the shooting case of 2022. You don't have the conspiracy to commit murder on your baby mama. It ain't there, but it's on the federal wiretap. But we're going to talk about it. Defendant is intercepted discussing criminal activity, including pointing a firearm at his partner and child. This work. Let's get to it. Let's run it up. Click that subscription button, thumbs up, send me some super chats. Let's get it going. In the first several months of 2023, defendant was intercepted on multiple court-authorized Title III wiretaps, both on his phone and on his associate phones. On multiple calls, defendant discussed criminal activity. Throughout March 23, defendant discussed how, let's stop. March, we in 2023. Pay attention. Defendant discussed how the mother of one of his children accused him of pointing a gun at her, and defendant claimed it was a lie. But on June 20th, 2023, a second person accused defendant of the same conduct. That day, defendant's significant other, KC, stated, "You pulled a gun out on me with your daughter. You pulled a gun out on me in front of your effing daughter. You pointed a gun at me with your bitch ass." Defendant responded, "I don't give a fuck, nigga. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Ever since I've been with you, you've been a problem." The following day, defendant argued with KC again about her picking up his daughter, ordering her to take the fucking baby outside. "You stupid B. You sit in the house all day. You're dumbass. You's a dumbass hoe." KC told defendant she could not walk or drive because defendant effed up her leg. He beat her, and that he was the one who hit on people. Defendant responded, "Man, on 6-0, shut the F up, you B.I. I just told you, nigga. You keep playing with a nigga. You just want to see a nigga." Defendant told KC to leave and said that they were done. On the same day, KC stated, "It's so fucked up that you can't even apologize for the shit you do. You never apologize for treating me bad, pulling a gun out on me like this. This shit is not cool, but you want me to go do shit for you. You talking about you don't want me, shit, you got me going to do things for you, but you gonna pull a gun out on me and my child though, right?" Defendant responded, "On 6-0, yeah."
All right, with all that being said, man, show us where he told on somebody. We understand that they can formalize this paperwork and make him look guilty, but bro, show us where he's telling, bro. You're not saying nothing but reading paperwork. Let's go.
In front of a female, he do a lot of banging, but we ain't never seen him confront a man. The only time we seen him confront a man is when goddamn Prince from Insane collared him up by his neck and deboed him. We all watched it. That's the only time we seen him with a confrontation with a man and he got handled like a female. Let's keep going. Firearms and ammunition are recovered from defendant's home. Following the above-mentioned calls, law enforcement obtained search warrant for defendant's home. So the wiretaps that they got, right? They like, okay, this dude talking about unaliving his girl, he must got something. So they use that to get the wiretaps, right? Law enforcement obtained search warrants for defendant's home, car, and person. Inside his home, law enforcement found the 3 firearms and ammunition listed in count 2 of the indictment: a .380 caliber pistol, a 9mm caliber pistol, and a 5.56 by 45 caliber assault rifle style firearm, and over 125 rounds of ammunition. Defendant tried to drop some of the firearms and ammunition from his balcony to the courtyard of his home, but they retrieved them. In addition to the intercepted calls online, defendant continued to threaten violence, carry firearms, and discuss both. For example, in March 2024, defendant crashed out at his place of business. I had to do this one. Threatening to shoot people and eventually fighting a security guard. Defendant later admitted in separate interviews that he had a firearm on him during the altercation and that he brought his daughter with him to the studio. Y'all remember this, right? Old Bricc. "Oh, nigga, on 6-0. I'm gonna put kill squad in the street. On 6-0. You ain't gonna do nothing. Nigga, you's a buster. You can't even barely walk. Your spine all twisted and bent. Nigga, the nigga bust on you, hit you. You ain't never did nothing about it. You's a mark." All right? In June 2024, defendant argued over the phone with the individual and claimed he had killed more people than the other had fought. Defendant stated that he swore it to be true on his 4 babies, which he repeated many times. And later attempting to downplay this claim, defendant stated that even if he had one murder, that would be more than the person he's talking to. Loose cannon. Remember all the shit him and Loose Cannon used to do? It's why you can't trust these dudes. All that woofing they used to do. Listen, I've heard the 3 ways. They did all that woofing for y'all and be on the 3-way, buddy. Y'all seen it because Luke's whole thing was, let me try to use Wack to get to know Jumper, run a play with Bricc Baby, and then get up there, because I definitely wasn't going to give him a seat because I knew what was going on with him. But him and Bricc Baby, they doing whatever they doing, as y'all seen. And they sat up there and they giggled and laughed. They didn't told each other F they mamas, F they kids, you ain't from here. They didn't both put it on 6-0. They ain't from each other neighborhood. Somebody lying, somebody blowing something up. But they sat there. And here's where the karma came back. As Bricc is sitting there with the dude he running the plays on to the world, he stretches and his firearm is exposed. They gonna get him the next day. Catch him with that one too. Okay? On March 18, 2025, the same individual who defendant previously threatened and claimed to have more skulls than he has squabbles joined the same podcast. The feds can't even believe it. What is going on with this bozo? But they already know because they know Bricc is working. During the film, the defendant showed that he had a handgun in his waistband. Look at this idiot. Look at this idiot. Hey, bro. Look at that. Ain't, bro. You extra out. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't never did nothing. All right, defendant is now charged with multiple counts of possession of firearms and ammunition in violation of 922G. All this, so on and so forth. Both of the charges following 5 felony convictions. Both of his charges, the people that have been in the feds, you know what I'm saying, follow 5 felony convictions, 2010, 2012, 2014, 2016, and 2020. Respectively, while the pretrial service report includes a longer criminal history with out-of-state convictions. Okay, so what we're spelling out here is this. When you're dealing with the feds, all your prior convictions, whatever you get caught for right now with the feds, boosts your category, boosts your level, it boosts all your points, right? No man in their right mind would take an open plea after you done got caught with assault rifles, 3-4 handguns. You got a shooting in 2022. They got the video of. They got you on the phone threatening to unalive your baby mama. That's what got your spot rated. You got released June 2023. Let's go. June 2023, June 2024, 12 months. Another 6 months in December. That's 18. Now we're in 2024, January, February, March. You went 21 months. I want y'all to walk with me. 21 months on the street, denying. All y'all heard me. Bricc, you got caught with a K. Where your gun case at? What did he scream? Oh, Compton Court. I had Reggie Wright contact the DA, his DA friends at Compton Court, say he ain't got no AK-47 case over here. He had a little drug case. It was a drug case. No gun involved. Now, Bricc, here's the thing. You say you from rolling 60s, right? Cool. I can't knock that. Why, when they picked you up for this AK in June of 2023 and you got out, you called 600 and told 600, Big U got a Rico coming. I say 600. The feds are not going to tell a dude from Big U's neighborhood he has a Rico coming unless that individual has crossed over there and sitting on the side of the feds. Now walk with me. They let him go. He played Adam out of 10,000 bail money. I need bail money. You never had a bail. The feds let you go. Adam knows that. This is why Adam had a problem when you start saying those slick things when you first went to jail this time, right? He know, but he just let it go because you came and asked him for some more money and he looked out for you, right? So Bricc, The only way you was able to tell us that Big U had a Rico coming is if the police told you. And the police not going to tell you that, because telling you that turns Big U into a flight risk. Y'all both 6'0s, right? So the only way they going to tell a 6'0 that another 6'0 who's supposed to be a big homie, that we finna hit him in a Rico, is if you helping them conduct the investigation on this man, on the Rico. If you the one running around the streets, hey, what's up, Lo? Yeah, my people out of town want to get some pills. You wired up the whole time. Your phone, as we see, been wired up the whole time. You know your phone is hot. You got out of jail and kept the same phone number after the feds came and snatched you. You did the same thing Big U did. Big U, back in 2020, 2021, was on the Sioux Surf indictment, New Jersey Rolling 60 indictment. We got all the documents of that. All his same phone numbers, all his socials was there. But yet, even today, all his wiretaps is on the same phone number that he calling everybody on. Y'all better wake up. All y'all better get off this super cripping, super blood, and super all hoovering, and y'all better wake up. Stop thinking just because the person is claiming to be something that they that. Y'all better wake up, bro. Y'all better wake up, because these dudes ain't doing time for nobody no more, Poppin'. They not doing time. Ask Gangster from Santana Block. We gonna repost his paperwork up today too as well. You know what I'm saying? This dude, he faking like he done got caught with his people on September 6th, 2001 or 2002, when the whole time he got pulled over. Declarations say he didn't admitted to cooperate September 5th, the day before, and then acting like everything is cool, set it up. They come in, bust everybody. Whole time he didn't gave up the spot. We got that paperwork. I will be posting that up today. Gangster, keep Eddie Boy name out your mouth. Keep 600 name out your mouth. Go on your way, right? You's a Christian. Go on and do your Christian thing. Everybody know you's a mark, you's a rat. Everybody know that. We proved you's a rat. You told us we didn't have the paperwork. We're the rag 59. Me exposing that paperwork. It's supposed to get you where it's at. You don't want to play with it, right? Because you thought the order to seal that you put in which we got that order to seal. I'll put that up today too. You thought it was for that, but no, that was for the crooked one cop and his brother. That wasn't order to seal for your declaration. Gangster, I'm telling you, go on over there and sit down. You ain't ready. You talk too slow and you ain't ready. Don't nobody care about who you used to be, because you've been ratting for 20 plus years. Now let's get back to this old Bricc baby thing. All right. Bricc baby says, I have a conspiracy to commit murder. I think he's referring to Stutterbox. Okay, let me give you guys a time frame on Stutterbox. Stutterbox, Rolls Royce Phantoms came out 03-04. Stutterbox got a Rolls Royce Phantom 05. I didn't know Stutterbox at the time. I might have just met him after his car got shot up, right? I believe from what he told me back then, he was out on bail for a gun case, so he couldn't ride around dirty. And I believe he took him and his girlfriend at the time, that went to eat in Redondo Beach or something like that, right? And somebody pulled up on him, shot his car about 8-9 times. Now, me and Stutterbox had just kind of met maybe a couple weeks previously. We now knew we lived across the street from each other. So when this happened, he called my phone. Hey, bro, come to my crib. I walk across the street. He opened a garage. He got a 64, which I think at the time belonged to Shaq, and it's a Rolls Royce Ghost. Ghost shot up. I'm like, damn, what happened to this? He like, somebody just tried to kill me yesterday. I said, is that right? Like, yeah. He tell me who he think it was, because he knew where he was going, and where it happened at was a very neutral area. I said, damn, okay. I noticed that none of the bullets never went through. The Phantom, either dude had some target practice bullets, or that Phantom metal on that Rolls Royce is just superior, because nothing penetrated the interior. It went through the door, but nothing never went through the upholstery. Okay. I say that to say this. That happened in 2005. Stutterbox didn't go at his homies until I want to say All-Star Weekend 2007, 2008, maybe 2009 or something like that. So how am I on the phone with a conspiracy to have Stutterbox cars shot up in 2008 or 9 when his car got shot up in 2005? See, this is when you know and understand these little dudes wasn't around. I can tell you the dudes that was playing the field at the time. City to city to city to city. And there was no acknowledgement of a Bricc Baby or none of these other little dudes. You know what I'm saying? Big U didn't come on till 04. It was certain household names in these streets, certain street dudes that was tied to the music industry, certain dudes that was doing what they was doing. Wasn't none of these dudes around. Bricc was like 17 when this happened to Box. But again, what happens is these dudes, they go on the internet and they listen to a bunch of mixed up shit of people talking, and they come up with what they come up with. Now, Bricc, we got your paperwork. We got your paperwork of you threatening to unalive your girlfriend or baby mama. You pointing a firearm at your girlfriend and a baby. Because of this, they raided your home, Bricc. We want to know why that charge is not in your paperwork. Well, on you, it's in the paperwork. And this July 2022 shooting in the parking lot charge, we want to know why that ain't on you. You understand what I'm saying? Shit like that just don't disappear. Let me show y'all. Just so y'all see this. See, they gonna talk about it. I'm gonna be about it. First alleged that defendant is shooting at.
This could be you, trading rush hour for happy hour.
All right, man. So this is my thing, right? Hold on. Let me make sure that y'all understand something, gang. Remember this, man. Preliminary over cemetery, no matter what. A lot of y'all don't get it. If you ask me, I'd rather say I would rather be in jail than be dead. So it's nothing wrong with choosing to stay alive out here on this blacktop. Now, I want to say something to y'all, right? Every pattern in life repeats itself until you learn your lesson. Every pattern in life will repeat itself until you learn your lesson, man. So you better choose different before it happened again to you. And right now, Wack 100 is trying to persuade, the YouTube audience that Bricc Baby is telling. Yeah, his shit looks Mickey. It looks strange. But I can promise y'all this. Where Bricc Baby went wrong at was taking the 5 years. He went wrong because he lost all his rights. You know what I'm saying? Once you take them 5 years, and if they decide to call you back on Big U's case and they ask you questions, you can't plead the fifth. You can't say, oh, I plead the fifth. You opt out of all of your constitutional rights once you plead guilty to these charges. So if they call, and that's the only reason why I'm thinking that's why they gave him what they gave him, because they know they don't want him. He's the small fish in the pond. They want the big fish, right? So so his max is 15 years. It's not fit. He's not finna do no 15 years. And think about it. You think Bricc Baby be having all these motherfuckers come up there to watch him get 15 years? Nigga, you gonna be gone until you're 50. You know what I'm saying? And he's been stating he's going to be back home soon. When he heard the opportunity to get 5 years out of all of this shit, he jumped on it right away. He knew immediately that if he took them 5 years, he's already been down X amount of time. So he damn near say he already got almost a year out the way, which gives him 4 years, which probably mean, he probably do 3.5 and come on. You see what I'm saying? That's nothing. He'd be out by the time he like 40 what, 42, 43 or something like that. So let's get back to it, man, because this nigga ain't even making no sense, guy. Hold on. Yeah, y'all go think about it. Think about it. Bricc Baby is not doing no 15 years. You know what I'm saying? I think with the his sentencing, again, don't overquote me, but it was somewhere around 50 months. He got about 50 months. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you ask me, nigga, that's still a long time. That's 50 months, shit, nigga, this motherfucker. Yeah, man, but shit, let's see.
Ah, man, I ain't shaved nothing. We're going to get this in today. Every now and then you got to spank the kids, man. Why? I don't know why. Let's get everybody in here. You on the Hunter Show YouTube channel.
All right, so hold on, y'all. All right, let's see.
Not the trick. Some of you may have been seeing these slab tubers posting that he's going to get 15 years. But I was looking at Mr. Mitchell's federal plea agreement and the federal sentencing guideline thing. Now, I'm not positive I'm reading the federal sentencing thing guideline properly, but I think I am. I have an IQ of 149. So.
All right, yeah, my internet tripping, y'all. Hey, I gotta get back and come back in. So y'all stay tuned, man. I'm gonna leave it right there, and I'll see y'all on the next video, gang. Let's go.
I know how to shoot, I know how to fight. I tell you once, don't tell you twice. I'm real discreet, the thief in the night. Yeah. If I call you